Okay, kids, the word of the day is unprecedented. I don't think that word means quite what they think it means. And when I say they, I'm talking about specifically the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, and his followers. Now, they're upset because Donald Trump wants to send in the National Guard to come into Chicago to fight crime, which I think is a pretty good idea. Now, is it unprecedented? Far from it. So we have FDR. Now, FDR, 1932, used the National Guard to take over Washington, D.C. to go after the Bonus Army. Now, when he went after the Bonus Army, he left the National Guard in there to fight crime for a while. Well, that sounds like that's pretty precedented. Then let's not forget about desegregation. Now, President Eisenhower sent the National Guard out to make sure in Arkansas that those 4 little girls get to school on time. And then let's not forget about Kennedy and Johnson sending in the National Guard for desegregation efforts. Then let's not forget about riot control. Well, Johnson is famous for sending in the National Guard for the hippie riots, for the Democratic Party convention, for what was called the Detroit Uprising, whole bunch of other stuff. And let's not forget 4 Dead in Ohio. Great song, bad history. Now, before we get too far down the line, let's not forget that Jimmy Carter sent in the National Guard down to Miami to quell a riot of Cuban refugees. Let's not forget that Bill Clinton sent in 1994 the National Guard into L.A. for the L.A. riots. Now, that was the whole Rodney King thing. So when we say unprecedented, I don't think that they got their history right. Now, right along with all of that, you got Brandon Johnson actually standing there telling people to stand up and fight, to resist, to fight against the National Guard. That sounds like insurrectionist talk. That sounds like civil war. That's something I think should be investigated. And I hope he gets caught on this one. You guys have a great day. Try to be good to each other. Be kind to each other. And I'll see you next time.